It says it. Sharon, you're back. I'm frustrated, but it's okay. It's all right. We're going to get real close after this. So, you know what happened? My phone rang. Of course, it's a scam call, and I guess it drops when the phone rings. I was hoping nobody would call me at this time. Oh, you're back. You're back. Oh, you're back. Sissy, you're back. I tell you. Okay, most of you are back. I'm gonna wait for a couple more of familiar names to see if they'll jump back in, and then I'll just keep going. This is a quick recipe, so I won't be keeping you guys here that long. All right, let's see if Naria comes back, my girl. Oh, all my familiar names. What are you making? Who's that? Elvira Dixon. I am making walnut meat tacos. So I'm showing you guys how to use walnuts or a nut, because you can use pecans also, to give you like a ground meat type texture. All right, so you know what? Let's just jump in. I guess Nuria will get here at some point. Honestly, guys, I really wanted Nuria to be here. Let me tell you who she is really quickly, just in case you're like, well, who is the guest and why am I not able to show her here? Nuria hosted the retreat that I went to in Costa Rica. She and another young lady hosted, and I came in as the person that talked about plant-based food. So I hosted with them. Nutrition. Honestly, it was the first time I met her. We've talked a lot of times over the phone, but when I actually met her in person, I fell in love with her because she is a very upbeat, bright, positive person. And if you know me, I'm very positive. I like people like that around me. She gave the most wonderful, wonderful retreat that I've ever been on in my whole life. I remember I came back and I even made a video and told you guys that my life has changed. I am the brand new Michelle. And every day she sends in our WhatsApp group all of these positive affirmations for us every day. So her and I decided to do another retreat somewhere closer to home. So I live in Atlanta. So in Georgia, we have a retreat coming up at the end of October. So it's October 30th to November 2nd. And it's a 4-day retreat. I'm gonna be cooking the whole time and giving you guys education and information on nutrition. And she is gonna do the mental part of it, how to get you to your higher self. If you guys are going through any kind of just stagnant or just not feeling like you're at your full potential, she and the other person, her name is Prudence, will be doing that part of the retreat. So I wanted her to come on here because she's definitely more well spoken about this than I am. I know about food, she knows about that, but I wasn't able to put her on as a guest. I'll figure that out somehow. I am not computer savvy. I'm figuring it out as it goes, so please bear with me. But we're doing the walnut meat tacos. So far, if you wasn't here before and you're just joining us now, I had some walnuts that I soaked overnight, so they're nice and soft. I placed them in the food processor with some chopped garlic, and I'm gonna just ground them up. I'm not gonna put in any of the other items as yet. Other items would be chopped onions and then my seasoning. I'm gonna do that while everything is in the pot. However, I was also explaining that, hey, Naria, you're back. Oh, you heard the introduction. I tried, Naria. I tried to introduce you as best as I can. Like I said, I really wish you were on, I was able to figure out how to get you on as a guest. I don't know why I can't do that today. But we'll leave all of the information. So I'll try to record this and save it, and then we'll leave any questions that you may have about the upcoming retreat. I'll leave a link. You could speak to Naria directly. Like I said, she's more versed about what to expect on the retreat. I love food. I am all about food. I'll be cooking and talking to you guys mostly about food, and she'll do the other part of it. It's a wonderful space in Georgia. You know how Georgia is. The weather is going to be great. Everything is going to be, I can't wait, because like I said, I personally changed. I came back a brand new person from Costa Rica, and I wanted to do this retreat just so you guys can experience it. So if you're able to come to this retreat, I would love for you to be able to come to this retreat, because I feel brand new, and I want everybody to experience and really be able to dig deep and find out why maybe you're stuck and what you need to do to get you to the next level of where you want to be. Also, we'll have more retreats in the future. This one is just a little closer to home, just for anybody that lives on the East Coast maybe. It might be easiest for you to get there. You know, South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, we actually have someone coming from New Jersey and more up north. So it's gonna be good. All right, let's get back to this, because I know it's Saturday. You guys got things to do. And like I said, I have some clients after this. Let me keep going. All right, so we have this in here. Let's put the top on. What's nice with the walnuts, once you soak it, and this recipe, you don't have to place it in the food processor for long. A couple of pulses, and let's get this back on. A couple of pulses, and you'll have the texture and consistency that you need. Of course, you're gonna try to act up on me, because I'm live. All right, got it on. Here we go. It's plugged in. That's about 8 seconds. About 8 seconds. Let's go for 10. Let's go for 10. 2 more seconds. All right, so see, it doesn't take very long at all. Let me get this out of the way and show you what it looks like. So let me see if I could get in close. That's what it looks like. So it kind of has the texture now of like ground meat. Obviously the color is not where we want it to be, but we're gonna go over here to the stove. I'm gonna move you guys with me, and we're gonna go over here and I'm gonna show you how to kind of bring it together. All right, so let's go. Let's move. All right, you're here with me. Yay. All right, let's get this cover off. Let's get the heat going on here. All right. I'm gonna add a little oil to the pot. Let me see if there's any questions while I add the oil, because that's usually when questions come in. What kind of oil, what you using? Master Rank, you're hungry? Good. Can you use almonds? Yes, you can use almonds. However, the almonds, okay, let me see if I could explain it more. The reason why I don't like to use almonds or cashews for this recipe is that when you try to blend it, it becomes very creamy. So almonds, cashews, nuts like that, I like better for cheeses because they become very creamy, where pecans and walnuts it still has some coarseness to it. So you still get the meat texture. I hope that answers your question. Are you? There always gotta be some nasty comments. Cut it out. Come on, let's just have a good time, all right? There always gotta be somebody acting up in the comments, always. All right, so this is grapeseed oil, like I said. You could use olive oil too. Also, remember, the walnuts have a lot of oil, so you don't need that much oil. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, put in my walnut meat, and it makes a lot. So like I said, this was 3/4 of a cup. I'll try to have the ingredients when I leave this video. I'm also gonna put the onions in now. Get that going. Just get that like loosened up. Let's get this out of the way. Grab my spoon. If you watch my videos, you know I like to toss everything around. Let me try to move you guys up a little closer. I like to toss everything around so it's nice and coated with the oil so nothing burns. Siri decides to have a conversation now. Siri, I'm not talking to you, okay? I'm talking to the audience on YouTube. She always got to be, you know, they always listening to you. So if you guys have your, what is that we have there? The, what is that called? I know my husband's sitting right there watching me. Anyway, that's for another time. All right, so this is cooking up nicely. All right, so this is what I did. I went to Trader Joe's and just got some taco seasoning. You could get taco seasoning from wherever you shop, okay? These are readily available. I'm just gonna cut that top off. These get a little spicy and sometimes too salty. I basically use the taco seasoning to get the thickness, like the consistency of the, you know, the taco meat. But you know me, I'm gonna go in and season this up my own way. So I use like half of the package. It depends on how much you're making. Maybe you're cooking more, so you use a little bit more. But I'm gonna just, smell like tacos. So I season that up. I don't know if you guys can see a little bit. Just a little bit. So guys, like I said, I'm gonna be cooking on this retreat. It's 4 days. So yeah, me all by myself. I'm gonna cook and cook, but it's a dream come true for me, actually. When Nuria asked me, you know, so you're gonna do it yourself? I said, hell yeah, it's what I've always wanted to do. And I give you a little backstory, like I said, about me. My previous occupation or career path was in the beauty industry. So I worked for many makeup lines, but mostly MAC Cosmetics. And so I'm adding some water to this now. I know I'm jumping back and forth. So I'm gonna add some water, and then I'm gonna cover this and give it a couple of minutes just to kind of get a little thicker and for the ingredients to get to release some oil, some flavor, and get to know each other. And within that time, we'll chat a little bit. Let's see if I could answer some questions. But like I said, I came from the cosmetic background. Did that for about 25 years, and just got burnt out. Just you know when you just know it's just not what you're supposed to do. It's like every day I went to work and I loved it. I owned my own business, loved it, loved my clients, loved my clients. But every day I went in, I was like, this is not it. This is not it. This is not what I'm supposed to do. It's like, you know, you have to listen. You have to listen to that little voice in your stomach. And it was like, Michelle, this is not what you're supposed to do. So, you know, I told my husband, I said, I don't want to do this anymore. Thank God I have an understanding husband. He was like, okay, so what you gonna do? So I decided to sell my portion of the business to my business partner, and it just so happened to be December 2019. And as you guys know, by 2020, the world is locked down because we're in a pandemic. So I'm sitting in my house and cooking, and I started just putting my whatever I was eating, just pictures of it on Instagram, and that's how my following started. So that's when I finally felt like I was where I needed to be. Like in my gut, I was like, this is what I need to be doing. I love to cook, and I love to eat, and I love food. I love every kind of food. I would just travel just to taste food. I love different cultures. I love that even though the food is different in different cultures, there is still a similar thread amongst most food, most cultures. So this is what I love doing. And to have the opportunity to cook on a retreat so you guys could actually really be there and to teach, because not only I'm going to be cooking, you guys will have the opportunity to cook with me so I can show you like step by step and how to do it, kind of like this, you know. You could ask as many questions, but especially for people who don't know how to cook, this would be just like the best opportunity to be in the kitchen with me. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything, nutrition questions. I will dedicate my time just for you guys. So I am so excited. This is what I've always wanted to do. This is what I saw myself doing in my head. So yeah, I rattled on. I rattled on. Let's see, what else? That's what I do. Let's just pause the traveling. Yes, Sharon. No wonder you're here all the time. Travel and eat. Wherever I'm going, I have a roadmap to what are we going to eat? Where are we going to eat? What is it? And then it's just, oh God, you know what I mean. It just is so good. So memorable. I love what you do. Wish I could do that, or just have honest retreats, but God is calling me in a different direction this season. Yes. So for Elvira, yeah, you're right. You have to listen. You have to listen. You know, if you love to cook and you love to eat and you love what I'm doing, you still could do that. But listen to what your gut is telling you. Whatever God is telling you need to do, you have to do it in some capacity. I understand we all have lives, we have bills, we have kids, we have responsibilities in life. I'm happy that I was at, thank God, a place in my life where my children are grown. Both my kids are grown adults. My son is 29 and my daughter is 27. They have their own lives. My husband and I were empty nesters. Thank God that I had parents who financially, you know, taught me how to invest, and a wonderful husband who's all about finances. And we were able to work hard, young, invest, save our money, so I'm able to do this basically. Like I said, I do have clients that I still, you know, do their lashes because those clients reached out to me, especially in the pandemic, and we had such a good, just a good relationship. You know, they're like the client friends is what we call them. So they're still my friends, even though, you know, I still make them look beautiful. If they need a little makeup, I still give them a little makeup for different occasions and stuff like that. But I am so thankful. I tell you, I get up every single morning and I thank God that I have the life that I have right now. And yes, part of it is planning, but also part of it is listening to that little voice inside. And, you know, the retreat I went on in Costa Rica, I'm here running my mouth and the food is just like cooking away, burning away. The retreat that I went in Costa Rica really solidified what I felt, you know, like deep down. I was like, this is what I know I'm supposed to do. But, you know, you kind of like, is this what I'm supposed to do? Is this not what I'm supposed to do? And then, as I said, I went on a retreat, being around all those other women that was going through the same thing. Everybody has a different path. And that just reassured me that I am on the right path, and just listen to God and I will get where I need to be. Let's check on this. I hear it sizzling. Okay. It is exactly, ooh, my husband killed me if I put that on the brand new countertops. Okay. All right. Ooh, let's see if I could get y'all in here to see what this looks like. I'm gonna tilt it. See what it looks like? Looks like ground meat. Beautiful. All right. Let's put her back down. Now, I'm gonna taste it. It's good, but I gotta add my Michelle. It's a little spicy, but I gotta add my Michelle stuff to it. Y'all know I love me some Japanese or Korean barbecue sauce. I just love this stuff because it comes seasoned. It has garlic, it has all these Asian flavors, it has color, so it just deepens everything. So everything's gonna look like ground meat. It won't look light skin. It will have that brown ground meat. Plus it will salt it, because even though this tasted good, it still needed a little bit of salt. So this is gonna give it the base and the flavor it needs. Guys, I don't have much seasoning. I don't want to say that because I do. I have like garlic powder, stuff like that, but I don't have this abundance amount of seasoning because I tend to use the same things. And if I would suggest, get you guys some Korean barbecue sauce or Japanese barbecue sauce. This one I got from Costco. I see they sell it in every grocery store. This will season everything. Tofu. A lot of you guys are like, tofu's nasty. Tofu's not nasty. You just gotta season it. This right here. Walnut meat. If you don't season it, it's gonna taste like walnuts. You season it, it tastes like meat, because obviously that's why meat tastes good, is because we season it. The same seasoning that we season meat with is what we're gonna season all these plant alternatives with. All right. Guys, this is pretty much done. This is it. Like, I'm gonna flip that camera so you can see how juicy it looks now, and it got all nice and brown. You see that? Now it looks like ground meat. It's soft like ground meat. It looks just like ground meat. It's gonna taste just like ground meat. And remember, because we softened it, it's not gonna be like you're eating nuts. It's gonna be nice and soft in the texture of ground meat. I'm gonna turn this off. I see questions coming, so let me try to answer. Anne-Marie, what are you saying? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Love what you do. Yeah, you want to try vegan? Food. I try to make it easy. So Anne-Marie, that's another thing I want to say to you guys. I'm not knocking any other creator or what they do, but I know for me, I don't want to spend the whole day in the kitchen. Like I told you guys before, I have a whole bunch of stuff I got to do. Mother, grandmother, this, and my sister's got, my daughter is always on me. I don't have a lot of time. I want to be in the kitchen 30 minutes or less. 20 if I can, 15 would be ideal. So I try to give you guys recipes that are nice and easy. A lot of times people will suggest, oh, make this. It takes too long. It takes too long. If I have to look at a recipe and I'm like, okay, I don't even want to do it. My mind is not there anymore. I'm moving you guys back over here because we're going to assemble these. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but if I have to read through a whole list of ingredients, I'm not doing it. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't have that kind of patience. I'm a very patient person, but I don't have that kind of patience. So I try to do the same thing for you. Because like I said, I get a lot of suggestions. Sometimes my husband's like, oh, you should make this or you should make that. And I'm like, it's just going to take too long. I think the longest thing that I have on the channel is how to make seitan. Because that does take a little bit of time. That does take time. But because seitan is such a viable protein for plant-based individuals, I put that there just to show you guys how easy it is to make and for you not to purchase it at the grocery store at all. Because the seitan in the grocery store, if that's ever your first experience, it is disgusting. It's nasty and you'll be like, oh my God, this is so nasty. I don't want to be vegan. All their food is nasty. But if you make it yourself, you're able to season it the way you want and it will taste so much better. So that's probably the longest recipe that I have, but everything else is gonna be quick. And like I said, if you guys could get you some barbecue sauce, salt, black pepper, smoked paprika, you'd be able to season everything and make it have flavor and do it really quickly. Okay, let's get this together. You know what I forgot? The tortilla shells. I gotta just toast those up. Let me just get a pan going. All right, pan is going for the tortilla shells. This is the one that I purchased from Trader Joe's. I like it because it has 3 ingredients: white corn, water, and lime. The least amount of ingredients, the better the product. All right, let's answer some questions. Let's see what Crystal says. Right. You're talking about the seitan, right, Crystal? Oh, right. It's just, yeah. Seitan's a lot of work. For me, I think that's a lot of work because, you know, you have to cook it for like an hour. You have to prepare it. It's simple, but I just feel like sometimes I'm like, do I have to do it? But what's nice is that once you make it, you literally have meals for the whole week because that one little block of seitan, you can make tacos, you can make, I made curry beef, which is kind of like curry goat. So if you're Caribbean, you know what I'm talking about. So sometimes I feel for some curry goat. So I will just use the seitan. When I tell you, it tastes almost the same. Sometimes you want to make beef stew. Sometimes, I think last year for Thanksgiving, I made roast beef. You know, you could slice it. Sometimes you want sandwiches, you know. So seitan is great a great meat alternative, but sometimes I just be like, Jesus, this is gonna take a little while, and I just don't feel like it. Love Trader Joe's. I do too. I do. It does have a lot of things. It's so funny when I see people like Trader Joe's has nothing but snacks. I'm like, nothing but snacks. I don't even buy snacks at Trader Joe's because they have so many other things. The only thing I have to say, I don't love their produce section. I don't love their produce section at all. I think it's overpriced and it's just not the best. I go to the farmer's market. So if you have a farmer's market near you, I would suggest that's where you need to be. All right, let's see. Who else got questions? Ask me now, because I gotta wrap this up soon. Let's put 2 of these in the pot. Let's get this out of the way, this out of the way, this out of the way. And let's get ourselves together. Pot. If I get burned, out. That was hot. All right, let's see what y'all else you have to say about jean short. Who is the Gino? Cut it out. Love your recipe. Smoked paprika is much better than, yes it is. Yes it is. Smoked paprika definitely much better than non-smoked. Jean shorts. I love me some jean shorts. Yes, you are right. Love me some jean shorts. Is there a substitute of using walnut? Pecans. I went over that. Pecans would be another really good substitute. Like I said, a lot of the other nuts are very creamy, so they're better for creamy sauces or cheeses, you know, something if you want to do like mac and cheese or something like that. Let me flip the tortillas. I'll be right back. All right, they're flipped. Yeah, but pecans or walnuts I find is the best substitute for nut meat. Is your husband also vegan? That's a great question. No, my husband is not vegan. I am the only vegan. My husband is not, my kids are not. And again, listen to your body. Even though I am vegan, let me turn this off. I don't want to burn it. Even though I am vegan, and I'm probably, if there is a true vegan here, I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack for this. I don't suggest it for everyone. I just don't. I think you have to listen to your body. And I think if you were having issues, like I said, I was having digestive issues. Whenever I ate something that was from an animal, it didn't matter what it was. Even if it was something as simple as like just eggs in something, I would have the worst gas, stomach ache, whatever. So for me, I can't eat any animal products. But I didn't see my husband thriving on a plant-based diet. He needs a lot of protein. And I hate to sound like that because I know a lot of people will be like, where do vegans get their protein? And you can get plenty of protein on a vegan diet, but he doesn't love food like I love food. I could eat all day. He just doesn't eat like that. So in order for him to build a lot of muscle and to be really full and just how he wants to be without having to eat all day, he probably eat 1 or 2 meals a day. He chooses to eat non-vegan. Now, when I say that, he doesn't eat beef, chicken, anything like that. His main source of protein is protein, whey protein from protein powder, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, eggs, sardines, and he'll eat salmon. That's probably about it. Everything else is whatever I cook, he eats it and he loves it. He loves it. You know, we never have a problem. But if I'm not here, you know, he is going to choose to probably have some sardines or something like that because he doesn't cook. I am the cook in the family. So he's going to make something really simple. Yes. I don't have my glasses on, so I'm hoping I say Crystal and not Christy. It's Crystal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, I'm not gonna tell. I'm not that person out here that's be like, you have to be vegan. You don't. You know, some people just thrive better. What I try to do when I keep the recipes really simple, is almost make a suggestion like you can add your choice of protein. You know, so let's say I do like one of those pasta dishes. Um, you could add a little grilled salmon or, you know, whatever your choice of protein is, tofu, whatever it is. But I am not the vegan police. I'm not gonna be like, you have to do this. Listen to your body, if or your doctor. I don't know. If your doctor is like, I think you should go on a plant-based diet, I'm here. I'm here for you guys. I'm here with the recipes, you know, just to make it simple because again, for all the people that's like, I don't understand why vegan make food to taste like, okay, it's because we don't hate meat. I love the taste of a lot of foods that I used to eat. Like I said, I am Jamaican. I grew up eating stew peas, curry goat, oxtail, all of that. And I loved it, but my body don't love it. So I have to make the food taste like what I remember. And it works. It works for me. Who is your camera person? And Marie, that's a secret. I can't tell you. I can't tell. Let me stop. Sometimes my manager does it, and yeah, the other person rather not be known, but yeah, yeah. There's no professionals here. Like I said, I just started taking pictures of my food, and then one day I was just like, I want to do YouTube, and because I felt like I needed to be more engaging, and just taking pictures or just doing quick snips on Instagram just wasn't working for me. So I was like, somebody show me how to do YouTube, somebody. And one of my son's friends was like, I'll show your mom how to do it. And that's how I started. So, but you know how young people are. You can't get them to do nothing. It's like every time I was like, could you show me? Why don't you just go on YouTube and figure it out? And I was like, oh my God. So I'm learning as I go. So I'm learning. My stuff is not fancy. I try to just give you guys the information, but I'm learning. I'm trying to do little courses and stuff, trying to learn, but you know, just so it looks aesthetically pleasing. But it's me by myself. Ah, you made jerk mushrooms from lion's mane. Yes, yes, girl, lion's mane got expensive. I had to back off on that a little bit. Like I said, this girl don't work. I don't really work. So yeah, food just got really, really expensive. Lion mane, that's a special occasion, but it's delicious when you make it into jerk. I would love to try more stews, better meal prep in my opinion. Plus, all right, all right. That's a good tip. That's a good tip, Gino. I will. Yeah. I don't do a lot of meal prep. My husband doesn't like leftovers, but I like leftovers because it's just easy, especially when I'm out all day. It's easy for me to grab. So I will come up with a stew, a couple of stews, because I love sauce. So I will make some stews so you'll be able to see the options that you have. All right, let's put these tacos together. Yay! Like y'all don't know how to put tacos together. All right, my tortillas, place them in the little tortilla shell there. My ground meat. Yes, I said ground meat. Relax, relax. We know what it is, walnut meat. There we go, inside of the shell. All right. I had this, some lettuce and some tomatoes from earlier. I chopped those up because I know I'd run my mouth and not have time to do that. Some tomatoes. And I picked this taco sauce up from Trader Joe's. I know I go to Trader Joe's a lot. The three places I go to, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods every now and then, because like I said, Whole Foods is expensive, but there's only some things you can get from there, and the farmer's market, the Buford Highway Farmer's Market, because I live in Atlanta. All right, it's a little spicy sauce. right on top of my tacos. And that's it, guys. That easy. So I'm just gonna package these up and take it with me on my little journey to go do a couple of clients, a couple of lashes today. All right, let's see. Who's asking? Lavender. What a nice name. Lavender lemonade. Ooh. All right, let's see what you say, lavender lemonade. I was surprised the price of Trader Joe's are better than some, right? Yes, it is. And that's just because they don't do advertising. That's what keeps their prices low. They don't do any advertising. I mean, you have to really be. Sometimes I have to like think and say, okay, Michelle, not everybody is as enthusiastic to shop as you are, you know? But I'm one of those people, I will go in the grocery store and I take my time and I go down each aisle. If you do that, you will see a lot of products that you can purchase that are not snacks. Really good products with very limited ingredients, which is what we're looking for, right? 3, 4 ingredients, maybe, not a whole bunch of ingredients. And Trader Joe has it, you know? For instance, soy milk. I love making nut milk, but sometimes I just like having plant-based milk right there when I need it. I used to get my soy milk from Whole Foods. Thought I was doing it. I was like, ooh, this one is good and everything. And then a friend of mine said, why don't you just get the one from Trader Joe's? And I was like, it's probably the same thing. When I went and I looked at the ingredients, because sometimes, yes, you just grab stuff and you don't look at the ingredients. I noticed that the one from Trader Joe's is only soybeans and water, where the one from Whole Foods was a whole bunch of binders and stuff I couldn't even pronounce. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. I should just got the one from Trader Joe's and it was cheaper. So, take the time, go down the aisles and look. What are you saying, Volvo to love? I would need a little sour cream. Yes. And they have vegan sour cream. But again, like I said, I am not the vegan police. You can use regular sour cream. Like, if like you're trying to just limit your meat, you can make these tacos and you put your regular sour cream on it. Like I said, you don't have to don't think too hard. Don't think too hard. Especially those of you that say you want to go vegan and you want to go plant-based and you don't know how to do it. You don't have to jump in like, with your whole body. Make little changes, just little changes. Maybe not do the beef so much and use this. And then, you could use your sour cream. You don't have to do it all at once. Just do it slowly. Listen to your body. Listen to what your stomach is telling you. See how you feel. Do you have more energy? Are you losing weight? Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, try it. And I promise you, you will feel much better. All right. Who else? Who else? We don't have Oh, I know, I hate that some places don't have Trader Joe's. And again, that's why sometimes I'm limited. Like there's some recipes I want to show you guys, but I was like, I don't want to be that person that's showing you stuff and you be like, I can't get it, so sorry. Sorry, but if you could get near one, stock up. Have to read labels, yes. Hi. Show you how to cook zucchini. So who's asking? I think that's what it says. How to cook zucchini. So recipes with zucchinis, I can do that. I could do that. I'll find some recipes. It's the end of the summer. Zucchinis are probably not going to be as available. I do like to stay within, fruits and vegetables within season. But there's some recipes I could show you with zucchini. Or yogurt. Yeah, you could do some Greek yogurt. You know what's nice? You could do Greek yogurt. I have done this for my husband. Greek yogurt, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of maple syrup. Just a drop, just a drop, just to break that bitterness. Give it a nice little whisk. That is a good topping. That you could put on just about anything. That is a good topping. So yes, a little yogurt. And, keep in mind, I focus a lot on protein. I'm in menopause, so I have to do at least 130 grams of protein a day. So anytime I get the chance to put protein in my recipes, I am going to add protein. So yogurt, like Greek yogurt, will work. Thank God now they have plant-based Greek yogurt that has at least 18 grams of protein in it. So I'm there with you guys. Y'all don't have to be the only one that's getting Greek yogurt with protein. Yeah. Yeah. Carolyn, that's just it. I just, and sometimes that's why I don't answer the comments, because they're really rude and nasty. And they're like, I just don't understand why vegans keep doing this. Why can't they just stay in? I just can't eat meat. I can't. I have tried. Like, the person that asked, why did I go plant-based, or why did I go vegetarian? This is like 30 something years, that I've been going through this, and on and off, on and off. And I knew every time I went back to meat, I would just pretend. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to pretend my stomach doesn't hurt. I'm going to pretend I don't feel, that I feel fine. And it just kept kicking my butt every time. And finally, I just was like, I can't do this. I can't. I hate the way I feel. And once I totally stopped it, I felt fine. I felt fine. This is the thing though, I haven't tested it in other countries, so I don't know. But I know in the United States, I cannot do meat. But I haven't had meat for so long that sometimes it's kind of weird for me to even think of chewing it. So like when we go on vacation and my husband, he'll have like jerk chicken or something. He'd be like, you want? I'd be like, I can't. But I don't know if the meat there will be a different response to my body. I don't know. So, like I said, I'm not the one that's totally against not being vegan. A lot of people can't digest dairy. A lot of people can't digest dairy. Now, I noticed a lot of you guys hung out with me. A lot of you hung out with me for this whole session. I'm so happy. I am so happy. So grateful. I love this. Like you see, we can chat. I could be here all day talking. Some people make comments about like, boy, she just talks too much. Honestly, I'm really an introvert, but I like talking about, I like educating people. And I like when I'm around good energy. So I will chat all day if I'm around good energy. But guys, you guys really been here with me for a good hour. And I gotta go. I got clients waiting on me. And I gotta get in this Atlanta traffic on a Saturday when we got Music One and every other thing happening. I'm gonna be sitting in traffic for a while. So even though I enjoy having you all, I talked a little bit about the retreat. I will leave the link for the fall retreat that's happening in Atlanta. If any of you want to attend, we do have a couple of spots left. I think we have like maybe 4 spots that are open, but we also have day spots also. So instead of staying the 4 days, you don't have to stay the whole 4 days. You can stay, just come for one day, like from 8 to 5, I think is what Nuria has. October 30th through November 2nd. Yeah, or you could just come for day 1, day 2, and day 3, I think is what we're offering. If you just want to come in and experience what we have, taste some of my food, I could meet you guys, I could hug you guys because I'm a hugger. I like to feel energy of people. It gets me going, it makes me feel good, and I would love, love, love to have you guys there if you can make it. Please. And just stay tuned. Stay with me. Stay with my channel. I will have other retreats coming up. And like I said, I don't want to hold you guys. Enjoy your weekend. I will be here putting out more recipes as much as I can. Make your suggestions in the comments. Believe me, before I go to bed, sometimes I do spend about 10-15 minutes looking through the comments to see what you guys are asking for. And I try to make it happen. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. And I recognize a whole lot of these names. Thank you. Bye, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Bye. Thank you, Nuria. I'll talk to you. Bye.